Okay, so we're here, G Spot, and we are here with Yassentials. We had a couple of technical difficulties, but we are here, and I am excited. I had the opportunity to go to your Instagram page and go to your Facebook page, and I did a little bit of research, so I think I can
Okay.
keep up with you today. Um,
Okay.
I am a natural. I have turned into a natural products user, so
Mhm.
I'm gonna love this interview. So, how are you?
I'm doing good.
How
How
are
are
you doing?
you? I'm
I'm
doing
doing
good.
good.
That's good.
So,
It's a beautiful day out.
oh, tell me about it. So, tell us about you, the person first, who you are, all of that, the five W's.
Okay. So my name is Ayana, and I am the owner and creator of Yassentials. Um, I'm in my 30s, from Jersey and Texas. I am a hard worker. I work for the county. I also am an herbalist. I've been so since I was a kid. My father is a holistic practitioner. So that's like my base and foundation of how I got into herbs and making herbal skincare.
Okay, so you mentioned being a Jerseyan and
A
a Texan,
Texian.
Texian.
Yes, yes, yes,
You guys,
yes.
okay, a Texian. So okay, so let's talk about Texas. You were born and raised in Texas. You were
No. So I was born in Newark, and I moved all over New Jersey. I Once we left Newark, we went to South Orange, and then I lived in Asbury, Maplewood, Edison. I've been all over. A lot of people may think that I might have been an army kid, but I was not. um, and I think it was about 2005. I moved down to Texas. I finished high
okay.
school down here. Yeah.
Okay. So now, are
And I
you
miss
from a
Texas.
you what?
I miss Texas.
You miss Texas? Okay, so
Yeah, so
now what part of Texas? Because Texas is like a whole country within itself.
yeah. So I was in Mesquite, which is in the outskirts of Dallas.
Okay. You're
Yeah.
near that sounds kind of Mexican.
Well, no, I was nowhere near like Corpus Christi area. That's like further down the border.
Right.
Um, Dallas is like smack dab in the middle of Texas, and Mesquite, I don't know, maybe about 12 miles from Dallas. My high school was right next to a farm, so every morning I was
Oh,
smelling like manure and stuff like that. But it was really interesting. It was a whole different
okay.
vibe down there. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
I have no. I went to Texas for a residency for school. It was
Okay.
7 days, so it was quite an experience. Got an opportunity to have a. It's out by the airport. They was doing a lot of renovation at the time.
Okay.
Um, so I had the opportunity to see where the Dallas Cowboys played at. I mean, that's the extent of my Texian experience. But so you're originally from Jersey. You're originally a Jersey
Yeah.
girl. Okay.
Yes. Up north
So
and down
up
south.
north. Okay.
Hmm.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you mentioned your mom. Now your mom and your dad, they were married.
Mhm.
What was that experience like? So they still together? So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, no. They were together for a while, and they broke up in the year 1995. And I went to go
Okay.
live with my mom, so that's how I ended up going down to Lakewood and Asbury. But they're still kind of cordial. I still,
Right.
I'm still in touch with my father. My father's still out there in Texas.
Okay. So now you mentioned your father was a herbalist. So this
Yes,
is where this is leading into what we're getting to today. So let's talk
absolutely.
about
Yeah.
that being an herbalist with because this wasn't a common thing back in the 50s, 60s, and up in around about the time. So talk
Right.
about that. What prompted him to do
Um,
that?
so my father, he got into herbs at a young and as a youth because his father passed away from cancer. My grandfather was a smoker. And when they tried to help him, it was a little bit too late. So my father, being the type of man that he was, very spiritual and religious, he decided to get into herbs and to help the rest of his family and to help others. So
Okay.
when I was young, my childhood was pretty disciplined. Always learning something. Grew up very African conscious. He was also a revolutionist back in New York, back in the 60s.
Oh,
Um, and herbs was very, very helpful for me and my mother and for himself as well. So, like my mother, she suffered from thyroid issues and things of that nature. And herbs played a very big part in her healing also.
wow, wow, wow. So
Yeah.
yeah, your roots are deep in it. So there's a very
Yeah.
big. Okay, so what does your father do? Does he do what you do, or does he do something different?
Well, he still sells herbs for Nature Sunshine. So back in the 90s, from what I remember, he was basically the holistic man in South Orange back then. And a lot of people bought herbs for different situations that they had. And so now he still does it on the side, but he is a trucker. So he does cross country driving.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So now he has a daughter. Now, are you the only
hmm
child, or what's your siblings?
So I do have an older brother on my mom's side, and I have a younger brother from my father as well.
So is this generational? Is brother practicing, sister?
Yes, my older brother, he's also very big into herbs with the help of my father. My younger brother is in herbs as well. So it's
Oh,
it's a
okay.
it's a family thing.
So is
I
it a
just took
family
it.
business?
One, it's
Or
not a family business. It's just more personal. Like we hold that very dear to us, the holistic side that we've been taught by my father. I
oh,
just took it and turned it into a skincare business.
okay. So
hmm
your father and your brother, is it internal herbs, internals, or
It's internal, so
exactly
like capsules. What do you mean?
what? No, what did you just say?
Like as far as internal, like taking them internally, like as far as teas or
Right.
capsules, and yes,
Yes.
yes, I do a
So
lot of
now,
that.
okay, so you do that as well.
hmm Even for my
Oh, okay.
daughter.
So we're not just talking.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're talking to an herbologist.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So we're gonna talk today. So I looked at your website, like I said, and for those who are listening, um, I too am. We talked about in the last interview. We do day labor, and day labor consists
Mhm.
of being a public servant for county government.
Right.
And in doing that, you know, we see a lot. Do you agree?
Yes. Yes, I do.
And seeing a lot, right? And
hmm
seeing a lot, I think it fuels certain passions, and not
Right.
so much as correct things. We're not here to correct the system. We're just here to make a contribution. Do you agree with that
Right.
statement?
I do. I do. I got into this job or this field because of me always wanting to help other people.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, once we get in this position, we learn things may work a little bit differently, but we're still helping at the end of the day.
Right, right. So
hmm
we're gonna take a quick few minutes for you
Okay.
to do a quick snippet of Yassentials. Tell us about what you do, where you are, what handle they can find you on Instagram, Facebook, or
Okay.
whatever platform you're on. You can do that now.
Okay. So, Yassentials Herbal Body Care. You can find me at on Facebook, Yassentials Herbal Body Care LLC. On Instagram, my handle is Yassentials HBC. And my website is www.yassentialsherbalbodycare.com. I am an e-commerce business, and I'm on Shopify. So you can find all of my products there. I also do a lot of pop-ups outside. It's getting warm outside. In Jersey City a lot, and in different places in Newark, and mostly up north in New Jersey.
Okay, so there you have that. We're going to make sure that we get this information in the chat for you, because in future videos and future podcasts here, we will just make sure that this information is in the chat so that people can
Awesome.
access you.
And I
So,
just wanted to say, I'm sorry, just one second. So I
go ahead.
sell soaps. Sugar scrubs, lotion bars, body butters, shower gels, all of that stuff. It's really,
Right.
really great. Great for your
So,
skin.
so we got you here, and I see a few things on the table there. I'm going to
Yeah.
assume that that is your soaps.
Yes.
I'm a soap girl. I'm gonna tell you right
Okay.
now. So I'm a soap girl. Listen, how I really got into it was Whole Foods down
Okay.
across the street from where we used to work at.
Right.
Going Whole Foods, and they would had little broken up pieces there, and it really struck my
Mm-hmm.
fancy. Like I said,
Yeah.
probably, like, compared to your story, I'm a newcomer to the whole herb. I would go in the store and buy a bar soap. Okay,
Right.
commercial. I was okay.
Right.
The purest I got was Dove, or either, what was the other one? Olive, oil of Olay. Okay.
Okay. I used to love Dove.
Right. But then I went into Whole Foods one day and was
Mhm.
going to go get whatever I was going to go get. And I kept walking past that little section. I think you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
where the
In the
soap was
front.
at. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
they look so artsy. And I
Yeah.
learned that that is actually the name of the brand, Artisan.
Oh, really? That's cute.
Right, but it wasn't the name of the brand, but it's the kind. Like, it was kind of like, it was broken up pieces, but it looked good. And I
Okay.
said, okay. So I purchased it. Let me tell you, kind of pricey, but well worth
Hmm.
it. And
Okay.
so I would make a trip, different scents, some lemongrass, and I would buy it. And I
Hmm.
said, oh, I like this. I like the feel. And that's how I got into it. So when
Okay.
you remember where we were at our second, at our job, where we were in
Hmm.
proximity to where we are, you could just, and when Whole Foods came along, because it's relatively new, so
Yeah.
got into this whole holistic thing. But I
Okay.
want to talk about what you have in front of you, and then I have some stuff here that I found on Facebook and Instagram that I want to show everybody. But I want you to talk
Okay.
about what's in front of you. Let's talk about what's in front of you.
Okay. So I have just like a little samples of the varieties that I have available now. This is our lavender and peppermint soap. A lot of people love this. It smells like candy. It looks very edible, but it's very, very soothing, and it's kind of I don't know, it kind of wakes you up, I guess, from the peppermint. So like
Right.
I use this in the morning a lot, if I'm still kind of sleepy or groggy. Um, I have our turmeric soap. I make two versions of things.
Okay.
Turmeric I love because it's really good for any stretch marks, dark marks. It helps to lighten and even your skin tone out.
I need
So
that.
I love that. Okay. And I also
But
have like the sugar scrub and everything else that goes with it.
Uh-huh.
This is one of our popular soaps. It's the oatmeal soap, oatmeal and chamomile. So it's
Okay.
good for people who suffer from eczema, any type of skin irritation. I always recommend this soap to people. And then I just have like a little small version of our lemongrass soap that I
Oh my
just
goodness. It
made
smells so good. Yes,
probably
it
about two
smells
weeks ago.
so
Yes, lemongrass will
good.
definitely fix your mood. When if you're
Oh,
feeling some type of way, if you're feeling stressed out after a long day or even in the morning, lemongrass is the go-to.
oh
Definitely.
my God, that stuff smells so
It's just
good.
it's
Say
so
less.
uplifting. And I also make soaps for wholesale. So
Now
for the
wait a minute.
people,
Wait a minute. That's a whole bar of soap.
yes, this is a whole
Now,
loaf of soap.
now what do you how okay. So how do you use that? If you don't
Well,
mind
some
stopping right
people,
there for a minute, because I've never seen a bar that big.
well, that yeah,
I
that's
didn't
a
know that.
loaf.
Go ahead.
So for the people who really love my products, I do offer a wholesale version, where
Okay.
it comes like this, and you can either cut it up yourself or I can cut it up for you. And then you can
Okay.
know
So
you
now
just
what is that? What flavor is that?
that's lemongrass. Lemongrass is my favorite. I make a lot of lemongrass soap.
So let me ask you a question. I want to stop right here for a minute and just talk about that. Now that loaf, like a loaf of
Uh-huh.
bread, of course. I get it.
Hmm.
Now, is it possible for you to make that loaf but have it sectioned off to different flavors?
Ooh,
Like
that's
have
something I would
one
definitely
section
try.
a half an
I
inch of
could, yeah,
lemongrass, a
that
half
is
an inch
doable.
of
Hmm.
peppermint and
That is
lavender.
doable.
I'm
That is
telling you,
doable. I would probably maybe split it up into maybe two or threes, not maybe
right,
not like four or five. But yeah,
right,
I would say definitely do the most like split up the different flavors in three. You just gave me a
right,
good idea.
right. I would definitely, matter of fact, I'm putting in my order right now. The
Okay,
oatmeal, the turmeric, and the lemongrass.
okay, okay.
Okay.
I have to
So
write that down.
the part that's the lemongrass, make that like the bigger part. Because I so that's my
I
order.
would
I'm
definitely
committed
do
to that.
that.
So,
Okay.
but yeah, I was just wondering because somebody may want to, not that they would tire of lemongrass. You can never tire of lemongrass. For me,
No,
for me,
no.
somebody I can never tire of it. But I'm just saying, like at some point, you may want to get your skin right and take advantage of the properties of the other soaps.
Right.
Does that make sense?
No, no,
Like the
I get what you're
oatmeal.
saying. I know,
Yeah. So
I definitely
I
get
would
what
love
you're
you to
saying. It's
try
like a
it.
little variety. It's like a variety
Right.
pack in one. I get you.
Put me down for that.
I could definitely try that.
Okay,
Um,
so now, okay, so now we can move on with the interview. I just got stuck on that loaf when you held that loaf up. That just like blew my mind. But what else do you
okay.
have there?
So I also make travel size.
Okay,
So like when I went away, whenever I go away, I bring my own products, especially if I go into a
that makes
hotel
sense.
and things of that nature. Even to the gym. If I have to shower there, like if I go in the morning before I go to work, I bring my little soap bars. These are my little mini ones.
Okay,
This is the acne fighter soap. So it's sea
it's like
moss.
black,
And yeah, it's sea moss, activated charcoal, and
wow.
tea tree. Yes.
Tea tree is
Yeah.
another good smell.
Yes, it is. And it's really, really good for your skin as well. Um, and this is like our little turmeric one. But the acne fighter one, it really does work and it feels really luxurious on your skin. Um,
Okay,
but yeah, I make these for travel size and for the gym. Um, And a lot of people like that because even for like people who are kind of skeptical at first, they don't want to get a big bar. So I give them the little bars to try out and then they come back and, order the bigger version.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So now you got these soaps. After
Mm-hmm.
you soap up, clean up, there is the next layer. And you know where I'm going,
Yes.
right?
Yes. So I have body butters. This
Okay.
is our turmeric one. Um, I love the turmeric, but I also have them in different flavors like lavender, jasmine, gardenia. Um, some people they've asked for their own flavor, which I would make personally for them. Vanilla honey is one of our most popular ones as well.
Okay.
Um, and it's really really good. It's not too sticky, it's not too oily, and it just
Right.
brings out, the natural shine on you basically. So
Right.
you
Because
can
I was
see.
going to
Yeah.
say a lot of times with now, a lot, especially with the shea butters,
Mm-hmm.
even though because like I said, I haven't had, this is not my first time at the rodeo, but I have not been at the rodeo very long. But I've had my share, and there are some shea butters that are really, really thick, and they lay on the skin really, really thick.
Right, right.
And that
So
right there, it's good for the winter
yes,
time, but in the
yes,
summertime,
yes.
I don't want to be caked down.
Right.
Does that
I
make
understand
sense?
that. Yeah, no, I
Right.
definitely understand. Because shea butter is very, very heavy. So I use different butters, like cocoon butter. It's pretty light. Mango
Okay.
butter. Um, they have a different type of shea that comes from Africa. It's called shea Neclota. I don't think I'm saying it right, but it's kind of lighter. It's more whippy. So I keep that focus on my butters when it comes to that. Now, when it comes to the summertime, I don't make the butters anymore because they can melt really, really fast. Especially
Okay.
like when I'm outside selling them. So I do make lotions, and just make them in different scents and flavors.
Now let me ask you about the butters. You said in the summertime they melt, which in theory that makes sense because when I think about
Mhm.
refrigerated butters, they
Right,
have to have some type of aeration in order to keep that keep that solidified state. But
right.
when and if they melt, right? When and if they
Hmm.
melt, what is the consistency when it comes back? Like if you
When
were to
it does come,
refrigerate it or put it
right.
in a place that's aerated, what does it come back to its?
It comes back. It's just a little bit more fluffy. It's not as hard.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
I can see where that would present a problem or issue in the summertime.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
because last summer when I did 24 hours apiece, I actually had a little cooler with ice and I stuck them in there so that they wouldn't melt down, which was kind of helpful. But it's not like I don't want to be grabbing my cooler with me in every pop up. You know what I mean? So
right,
when
right,
it's like in July, August, I don't sell them, but I bring them back out in like September.
gotcha. So where do you
Hmm.
see your essentials in 5 years?
Oh, I see Yassentials in 5 years, having my own warehouse and having my products in stores like Walmart and Walgreens and things of that nature. I see
Okay.
Yassentials going really, really big. Hmm.
So how are you? Have you seen it progressively do as now? First, let's go take a half a step back. How long has
Okay.
Yassentials been in existence?
So Yassentials has been in existence since 2022. That's
Oh,
when I
okay, right after
formed.
the pandemic
Yeah.
ended on the tail
Yeah.
end.
Yes. I
Okay,
started formulating during COVID, because I got tired of using soaps or products that was not doable or great for my skin or my child's skin. So that's how I got into it, and then I formed my LLC in February of 2022, And I started my first pop-ups with the Source of Knowledge that summer. So I've just been going ever since then.
Okay, so you've seen it progress in 2 years.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so now you said in 5 years, which is attainable.
Hmm.
What do you think?
Absolutely. But yeah, I definitely do think that it's obtainable. I mean, the work ethic that I have for work, as long as I put that into my business, it will definitely be obtainable.
Okay.
Um, I'm not looking to start a brick and mortar anytime soon. I'm just building on my e-commerce platform and the pop-ups.
Okay. So now you have this work ethic. That was what I
Mhm.
wanted to touch on. How important is that to have when you have a job such as ours,
Right.
and and you want to, is this, and I'm stepping out on a limb saying this, correct me if I'm not correct, but
Okay.
this is something that has been a passion, that is a passion piece for you. How
Mhm.
important is it to have a work ethic, and how difficult is it to keep at it?
It can be difficult. I mean, it can be difficult because, on the weekends, you really just want to wind down, especially even during the week. Because, our job can be quite hard and it can be stressful. But this is like my therapy in a way. So like I can come home from work, give myself maybe like an hour or two of downtime, and then jump into making some soaps or some sugar scrubs, or go. Sometimes I'm up like until 12 o'clock in the morning fixing my website and things like that. But because I have that drive, it doesn't bother me at all.
Got
If I could, I would just spend all of my time on my business. But hopefully
yeah.
one day I'll get there.
Yes, yes. So now we got you here, and we're talking about ethics, we're talking about passion, we're talking about, because the saying that if you work at what you love, it doesn't feel like work at all. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely not. I agree 100%.
What
100%.
we do in the daytime is work.
Yeah.
What we do, this right here is not work. I love doing
Mm-mm.
this. I went to school
Mhm.
for counseling theory, and I love this. I love talking
Yeah.
to people. I love getting to know people on an intimate level, intrapersonal and interpersonal, and
Mhm.
finding what makes them tick. Because what I'm finding is that we are more alike than different. We may
Right.
not like the same things, but we're
Right.
more alike than different. There's all of us that has that one thing that makes us happy to put our feet on the floor in the morning. And it sounds like
Yes.
Yassentials Herbals is what does it for you.
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
And it sounds like you have somebody to do it for, because you mentioned your child. Let's talk about that, being a
Yes.
mom.
Well, I love being a mother. I have a teenager, and
Oh,
yeah. it
no,
it
say
it
less.
takes Yeah, yeah. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of patience. But I love every minute of it. And my daughter, she was suffering from bad acne.
Okay.
Now, I will say this because it also taps into, my herbalistic or holistic side, but when it comes to things like acne or eczema, things of that nature, I did learn even throughout this process that no matter what you put on your skin, you have to deal with it internally first, because it's what's going on internally that's bringing
Now
about
tell, for
the
somebody
acne.
who, now somebody who does not know what that means, explain that phrase right there. I know what you mean, because
Mhm.
I'm a novice, but not. But you have to
Right.
deal with what, explain that to someone who has never probably even saw or knew about the soaps and the products that you have. Explain
Hmm.
that phrase to them. Like, I know. but
Mhm.
explain that to them. You have to deal with what's going on internally. Explain that to them.
Inside you, yes. So, okay, if you have an unhealthy gut from the things that you are eating, drinking, they will bring about the impurities through your skin, as far as bumps, abscess, cysts. All of that comes from high inflammation that resides in your intestines or in your body, period. A lot of mucus, inflammation, as I said, that all has to be cleared up before you can start to see a clearer skin. So just like how they say inner beauty is comes from within and it radiates outside, that also goes for everything else. As long as you are putting healthy foods, water, staying hydrated, as long as you're taking care of your inner body, it will
Right.
radiate and your skin will glow. So you have to deal with detoxing, cleaning out your gut, making sure that you're taking your probiotics to make sure your digestion is regulated so that your skin and the rest of you can be healthy.
So I'm telling you right now, you just done upset everybody, like 50% of the population who feels like they could just get this beautiful radiant skin.
Yeah,
Does that
well,
make
you have
sense?
to work at it. You got to work
Yes.
at it. I mean, because there's we go to the stores, we buy a lot of these high-end products, and yeah, they'll work for a little while, but then you'll come to see that it stops working. Why is that? You know what I mean? Not only are there harsh chemicals in it that stop working on your skin, but in order to see real change, you have to deal with it internally. Like when it comes to eczema,
Right.
an eczema is just a sign of you got something going on. Maybe it's a parasite, or maybe it's just a lot of inflammation. You change your diet, see what happens. Do these little experiments on yourself, like as far as clean eating, and see how it affects your skin and your overall being.
Now, did you know? I mean, I know you know this. I did not know
Mhm,
this.
mhm.
They said the largest organ on the body is the skin.
Yes, absolutely.
And I didn't even, and I'm gonna tell you, when you say organ, I think of heart, liver, kidneys,
Right,
you know, pancreas, the reproductive system, those organs,
right, right.
mammary organs. I never thought of the skin as an organ.
Hmm.
And when you think of the definition of what an organ is, which
You
provides
think
a
it's
function,
internal. Right.
right? But the skin being the largest organ, after I thought about it, I said, wow, the skin is, because it provides a function. It covers, it keeps
Yes.
everything encased. It is
Hmm.
the first, and it's actually the first layer of, like the tires on a car. They take the worst beating.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And so you getting into skincare is so important. I mean, especially with
Hmm.
me, for me,
Hmm.
because um, everybody tells me coming up, they said your skin is just so good, it's so nice, it's so this, it's so that. And I
Hmm.
didn't do a lot of work, but now that I'm getting older and things are starting to come up, the
Right.
aging process does what it does.
Yeah.
And I have
Yeah.
to do what I need to do. I can't rely on the laurels of being in my 20s anymore. So yeah. So it's very, very interesting. But now,
Yeah.
so we're gonna take our break, and you're gonna tell us again about Yassentials.
Okay, so Yassentials is an herbal skincare line, vegan friendly, free of any type of harsh chemicals. I use a lot of plant-based butters, oils, plant-based preservatives. It takes a lot of research to find the proper things to use. But because I'm very big into holistic way of living, I do the research and I formulate these products that best is best for your skin, my skin, and everybody else. So you
Okay,
can
and
always
where can
go
you be
to,
found again?
yes, I can be found at www.yassentialsherbalbodycare.com. You can find me on Shopify. And my Instagram handle is Yassentials HBC. Facebook is Yassentials Herbal Body Care LLC.
So you see how each time and each plug, and I usually make it where we do each plug every 15 minutes because each
Okay.
time when you look at this back again, you're going to see that you said something a little bit different. So you're going to be,
Oh, okay.
because Shopify, you didn't mention the first time. So that's why I asked you to repeat it because you don't get it all the
Okay.
first plug, then the second plug, you say a little bit more, and then the third plug, you say something else
Right.
different. Right now, I want to
Okay.
show you a video because like I said, I was all up in your business a little bit. Um, and I found you on
Uh-oh.
I found you on Instagram, right?
Okay.
And it was very, very important to be able to I want you to tell me about this right here. Because
Okay.
you didn't talk about this during the interview, but I want you to tell me about this.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to bear with me because
No problem.
I am
No
learning
problem.
how to work this
Is
video
it okay if I got
spot,
like some water
share
really quick?
screen.
Give me 1 second. Hold on.
Huh?
I'm just getting some water.
Okay, so when you get a chance, I want you to just tell me about this.
Okay.
You back?
Oh, okay.
And the scent that we do have with it right now. So come get your lotion bars before they go out.
Okay. The lotion bars. Yes. It's very, very
You see it?
popular. Yes.
Hold on. Let me see if I can play it.
Okay. It stopped. Yeah,
Okay,
the
hold
lotion
on.
bars are very, very popular.
Hold on, I'm gonna find it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a. I'm going back to it now.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, it was like a. It was in a little flat thingy.
You said it was a little flat.
I'm going back to it now.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really interesting. I was like, I wonder what this is, and I heard you say the name of it, but now that I have you here, you can tell us
Mm-hmm.
about it as soon as this page loads.
Okay.
Came back out with the lotion bars. These are perfect, especially for this weather. Really, really moisturizing. And the scent that we do have with it right now is the vanilla honey. So come get your lotion bars before they go out.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
what is what was that? The lotion bar.
So lotion bar is instead of having to carry like a tube around or something that's too big to fit in your purse or in your clutch, I made something that's a little bit smaller Um,
Okay.
it has shea, cocoa, and a few other plant-based oils in it. And it's just a little bar that you can take. You can just rub on it and rub it on your skin. You can use it on your lips as well. It's just to
Really?
keep you hydrated. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so lotion, I put it in the chat. It's called a lotion bar. I've never heard of
Yeah.
that. Like I said, I've been at the rodeo. I'm not a, full-fledged attendee. I know a few things, but lotion bar is definitely different. It's definitely
Yes.
a different concept for me. So now let me
Yes.
ask you a question about how how hard is it to break through on this? Because there are a lot of healthcare
Mm-hmm.
holistic, vegan, naturals out there. So what
Mm-hmm.
sets you apart from all of that?
That's a good question. Well, besides one thing is me making like little things like this. Because it's not really out there. Yes, you may get the big bars of soap,
Mm-hmm.
um, but you don't have this out there. That's
No,
that's in New
I don't see
Jersey
that.
based at all. Um, and
And
so
that big old loaf thing either. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
it was.
That big old loaf thing.
Oh yeah.
That right there really got me too. I mean,
Oh,
like I
thank
said,
you, thank you.
it may be out there, but I
Hmm.
have not seen it. And like I said, I'm not a regular rodeo attendee of the healthcare naturals, but
Hmm.
I've been here a couple of years, and I that loaf thing, the broken up pieces I've seen, little small pieces
Right.
I've seen, that big loaf thing, you may be on to something.
Yeah, I'm always studying the market to see what I can do different to make my business stand out. So like besides the lotion bars and the loaves of soap that I sell wholesale, um, I really just stay holistic, and a lot of people like that. I don't use a lot of ingredients that other, proclaimed natural products or brands use, and that's another thing that makes me stand out as well. Um, and that's pretty much it. But I'm always studying, my market to see what I can do to bring something different to the table.
So now, is there anything you have coming? Like how every season Target, and I know brands. Like, do you have anything coming for 2024, 2025? Is there
I
like
do.
okay, so
I
without
do. I
giving up any
do.
trade secrets, would you like to share that, or is it like top secrets, secret
Well, no,
squirrel?
no, it's not top secret. I do have some apparel coming out, like as far as t-shirts, and I also have some tote bags coming out for people who do shop with Yassentials. I have shower gels coming out. I have more floral scents coming out, for the summertime. And I have some serums coming out. I just started tapping into serums for hydration and more moisturizers that people can use, and toners, because that's another
Okay.
thing that's really big too. So
Oh, okay. So you're going
yes.
into the apparel.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So we got the loaf. So I just want to do a recap for me. The
Hmm.
loaf, the soap loaf. That's what I'm calling it.
Yes.
I don't know. Is that what it's called?
Yes, it's
What do
it's
you
a soap loaf. It's a loaf of soap loaf.
a loaf of soap? So the
Uh-huh.
soap loaf. I am going to make a purchase. I just want to put it out there, and you can
Okay.
call it. You can name it after me since I gave you the idea of breaking up the different flavors.
Okay. Yes, the
So
variety, the
I don't know.
variety
Just
loaf.
so I'm going to send you my flavors after I
Okay.
troll your site, and I want to make a
Okay.
purchase. And then you have the lotion bar, which I think is so cutting edge. And it is a
Thank
good
you.
idea to have to deal with what is going on at the source, because there are, when I look in the mirror sometimes, I see some things. Now,
Hmm.
because my skin is is free of a lot of imperfections that a lot of people are ailed with, it doesn't mean that I don't see certain things for myself. And I see where
Right.
you're talking about the benefit of cleaning up my gut a little bit and dealing
Right.
with some inflammations at the source, which is on the inside, because all this stuff is connected. I see
Yes.
where I can do a little bit better. So thank you for that tip.
No problem.
But I want to also, before we close up, I want to ask you what do you what does this feed for you? What does Yassentials feed for Ayan?
Um, it well, it feeds my it gives me gratification for me helping other people, and it's also my way of spreading on knowledge to other people. Because a lot of people are not into holistic, and I think that everybody should be into holistic. It doesn't have to be through skincare, but it should be in the form of where you are working on yourself to make yourself better. Um, I'm just going to put this out there. My daughter, she started having seizures just a couple of years ago out of nowhere. Doesn't run on my side of the family. Not too sure about her father, but um, they wanted, to get her on pharmaceuticals. I said, absolutely not. Especially after doing my research on the drug that they were giving her, it did not sit well with me at all. And once I put her on a holistic regimen and I cleaned her out, I detoxed her at first. She hasn't had a seizure in over a year. So, I it is very important, I believe, that every household should keep a holistic book in their house, to help them. How can I fix this? How can I fix that? Always still consult with your doctor because, their job is important and it's helpful to us, but you don't have to go the pharmaceutical route because pharmaceuticals, yes, it may help one thing for a little bit, but it's destroying something else in you at the same time.
Wow.
And I feel like everybody should be knowledgeable on herbs and how they can benefit us. We come from the earth, you know what I mean? And there are things on this earth that were put here for us to be better.
Mm. So I want to ask you about, you mentioned a book. Do you recommend, is there any particular literature or book, like the doctors have a PDF, my profession has a DSM. Is there any particular book that you recommend far as herbals or remedies or that could help someone like me or a regular Joe Schmo that I should have on my desk at my home?
Um, there are thousands, but I'm going to say the book is called Back to Eden. It's an old school book. My
EDEN.
father, yes, Eden, Back to Eden. Um, that's a book that not only teaches you herbs, but it pretty much gives you the basis or outline of why holistic wealth is really, really good for us. So, Back to Eden is just an introduction into getting into herbs, and I recommend that book for a lot of people. You can find it on Amazon.
Okay, Back to Eden. So there you
Yes.
have it. So we're going to ask you to do one more plug before we close up, and then we're going to do some
Okay.
housekeeping for G Spot, and then go.
Okay. All right. So again, you can find Yassentials Herbal Skincare on Shopify. That's my platform. I'm also on Instagram at Yassentials HBC, Facebook Yassentials Herbal Body Care LLC, And my website is www.yassentialsherbalbodycare.com.
Okay. So we tell your dad from me, thank you, because we feed our seeds. If you know
Yes,
what I mean, we feed our seeds. This is something
absolutely.
that is beneficial and a beneficial generational thing that, I mean, we hand down smoking, we hand down drinking, we hand down drugs,
Yeah,
generational legacies.
yeah,
We hand
yeah,
down yeah, right. We hand down wealth. We're talking about riches, golds, family crests. We hand down all this
yes.
stuff, but the generational benefits of health via
Hmm.
naturals.
Hmm. That's your real, that's your real wealth right there. Your health
Right,
is your wealth. You know what I mean?
right. And you're handing this down, and it's been handed down from your dad. And it's
Yes,
unfortunate that he had to lose his dad, your great grandfather, to a terminal ailment, right?
yeah, yes,
It's unfortunate, but it's fortunate. And sometimes we get
yeah,
on the road we're supposed to be on by way of a tragedy.
yeah. It's true. It's true. But, we can always reverse things. And, that's one thing that I learned with dealing with herbs, even as a
Right,
child. 90% of diseases, STDs, all of those things can be reversed. 90%, I would say.
right.
You just have
I've heard
to,
that somewhere too.
yeah, you just have to want to gain that knowledge. You know what I mean? You have to have that want to change yourself for the betterment of yourself and your family.
I agree. I
Hmm.
agree. Thank you for sitting down with me. It
You're
has
very
been an
welcome.
immense
Thank you.
pleasure. You can you can send me your information, and like I said, like with my interview from January with Kettlebell Shells, every
Hmm.
time that I do, because this is every fourth week of the month that I
Okay.
do this. I don't do
Okay.
this every week of the month. You guys are looking at G Spot. We have a rotational format. It's a podcast on YouTube. If you want to give any inquiries, if you want to give any ideas for upcoming season 2 starts April 21st, 2 p.m. on
Awesome.
Sundays. We
Hmm.
are having a ball. You need to
Hmm.
get there. You need to join in. I'm at G Spot 967 on YouTube. The that's my handle on to send in any ideas or inquiries, or somebody that you want to see interviewed on the fourth week of the month. You can go G_spot 829 at yahoo.com. That is the email to send your inquiries. The phone number or text 973-957-2101. I'm on Instagram. Instagram is G-Spot 829. I'm also on Facebook, IWLC, G-Spot, and all of its other subsidiaries are under IWLC with Tisha Glover. Come and troll that page. I have some upcoming events coming. I wish I would have had the flyer ready. IWLC is doing a reboot and a rebirth of its brand. COVID did its number, and I'm about to do my number.
I know that's
I'm
right.
a number of events to bring people together to reboot this brand. Um, October 19th, 2024, you have an opportunity to purchase tickets now at all events. You can go right to the IWLC Facebook page and make that purchase. Early bird purchase is $50. What does your $50 get you? It gets you
Mm.
entrance into a masquerade ball,
Mm.
3-course meal,
Mm.
activities, all the activities inherent thereof. And it's going to be a surprise from your host. So get your tickets. Anybody who comes onto YouTube, troll the page, see the videos, see what I'm talking about. put a reminder on for every week of the month at 2 o'clock. Our rotating format will allow you to enjoy. The first week is relationships. The second week is what I do, which is marriage family counseling theory. We'll be talking from my holy grail, which is the DSM. The third week, we are talking arts and entertainment. I love movies. We'll be talking music, movies, whatever it is, whatever format it is, we're talking about. And on the fourth week, what we're doing now, we're in the off season. We're talking to people from Jersey or who are up and coming and who have a passion piece, and we're getting them out there, and we're growing, we're helping them, shouting them out and giving them their power by way of an hour or however long they want to talk about their passion piece. That is what G-Spot does.
Okay.
That was a little bit more than a but if
So
you
yeah,
know someone wants to support the brand, Ayana, Yassentials. Oh, and you'll be coming back in May.
yes, yes.
Right.
Oh yes,
So we
with
have her coming back in May. The end of May. She's coming back with her crew, the Shady Brunch.
yes, the Shady
So come
Brunch.
back and join us for that. That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward
Yes,
to
it
that.
will.
And I have in April, we have For the Win. We're interviewing you know him. We're interviewing him in April, the last week in April. I'm in Aries, he's in Aries. Wouldn't you like to be in Aries too?
Okay.
Interviewing him, and we're going to talk about, we got to talk to some of these men to see what it is that's going on. So he's one of the people that I identified. Married with children, and he's like hanging in there. I don't know what's going on in a personal note, but we're going to talk with him. We're going to see what it is that helps with the Black family and it being together. The institution of marriage seems to have been long lost, but it is not gone. So we want to see what it is we can fan that flame to bring that back. You got any questions for me? Anything else you want to say?
Well, it seems like you're doing this event on my birthday, October 19th.
Well, if you have nothing going on for your birthday, make this your birthday gift to yourself. You and hubby come on out. And there is,
it sounds interesting.
Non-alcoholic beverage event, and it's also a non-alcoholic beverage event, and it's an alcoholic beverage. So I don't know where you fall at with that.
Okay.
I'm bringing all people together.
Okay, that sounds good.
With an opportunity to be able to commingle, and it's an environment that's judgment free of ridicule and judgment, and we're just going to get together and have a good time.
Okay. I think I'm gonna be down for that.
On the page on Facebook. Did you get it on the event page in Facebook?
I'll check. I
think are we friends on Facebook?
I don't think so.
Okay, so if we're not,
I don't think so.
I'll find you, you'll find me, we'll find each other, or I'll send you the link, and you could, because I did a video on there, and I've been updating the page with videos and all the stuff that I do.
Okay.
All right. Okay. And if you know someone, spread the word. It's 100 seats. It's 100 spots.
Okay.
Once that goes, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Yeah. I'll definitely do that.
We're going to let you go. You're going to get a text from me about that bar after I troll your page because I want to make a purchase.
Okay.
And you can name the bar the Tisha bar. I don't know.
The Tisha bar. Okay.
A nice little mix of everything. But I'm here and I'll see you when I see you.
All right. It was good seeing you. Thank you for having me.
All right, guys. Until we meet again. And you have a good day. You deserve it. And everything that you are pursuing, you deserve it. Until we meet again.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.